Rolling. Action.
Manhunt came into existence during my first block economics class. I was sitting there and I was actually thinking of scenes pertaining my other short film, which is soon to release, Fourth Dimension, and there had been a previous piece of work that we were working on, me and my brother, the director, and it was an action sequence, and it was a scene where this, the protagonist comes running from that section of the garbage, and a car cuts him off. A bunch of people get out, and I didn't want that to go to waste. So I was thinking of incorporating it into a different short film, and there was this location of the location where the movie starts. That location I was trying to incorporate into the fourth kind, and the only problem that was occurring with that was, there was no logical place for me to insert it. But I really was fond of the location. I didn't want it to go to waste. So what I did was I was just in my economics class one day, and I was, bored. So I was making almost a storyboard. Now, I drew out the little location, little sketches, and I was thinking of all the possible things that could happen there, according to the scene and the mood of the location itself. And I already had decided that I wanted to do it at night. And whatever I was going to do was going to be at night. And when I saw the opportunity of taking that baseball scene, although we didn't use a baseball bat at all, we did end up using a stick, but that's later on. And so I took that scene and I took that location and I started to put this chase scene together almost into a fight sequence. And I was like, you know what, I want to make a fight sequence. And the whole concept, I don't think it was portrayed well enough for you guys to understand, but there was a very broad concept behind Manhunt. Basically, Manhunt is a game which, teenagers play. I mean, I played it growing up. So, what it was like almost like Cops and Robbers, where the protagonist, he is playing the person that wouldn't be it, who would be running from the people that are it, and the people that are it are the people coming in cars. And basically, everything that you see going on is inside the mind. It's not really happening. It's playing out as if you are visually watching what the players of the game are thinking. Like, oh, that happened, but in actuality, they're just playing Manhunt, and there's no actual physical contact, but they're just playing Manhunt in the ring. And I do agree that we didn't completely get to portray that because towards the end is when I had most of the acting that would, portray the entire idea to you guys, and you would understand that, oh, it was going to have this whole fusion where you would understand that, all right, this person, they're all just playing the game, and that's why that other goon says, when they say you're it and he runs. But the thing was, we were very, very short on time. Our actors had to leave for New York the next day. We had our actors were having a hard time understanding a few things. It was hard to, because if you think about it, this was all written and shot within the course of a week. But the shooting aspect and the training them to understand the scene aspect was only 1 to 2 days max. And the second day was filled with shooting. So it was very hard to actually convey what I wanted to my actors, and that's why we fell a little short in portraying the entire idea. But I think we did a decent job. I mean, you can still understand when he says you're it. It's a game, and the buck has been passed on. Hopefully, next time in the near future, we can complete the story by letting you guys in on the story itself, because you only saw the action, and I mean, hopefully you're gonna see behind the scenes, because I really believe that sometimes seeing behind the scenes can really help you understand a movie better, or maybe understanding the message that was trying to be conveyed if the actual film fell a little short of what we expected it to be. Now, as I was saying, this movie came to be in my economics class. I was sitting there and I decided, I don't want this location to go to waste. I don't want this idea to go to waste. I put them together, and I got Issa, Bhaijan, I got Abdul Malik. All of us came together and we started to create this action sequence. And I agree, the beginning half could have been a little bit more fluid, but we were working on a very short schedule, very tight schedule, and I feel like we did pretty well for the amount of time that we had. Other than that, no complaints. The hardest thing would have to be, obviously, as the director Abdul Malik said, one of the hardest things was shooting without actually getting all the equipment wet, because none of our equipment was waterproof. We were shooting on a Canon 70D kit lens and a 50mm lens, and then we also had a T5i also kit lens, and we were trying to make things work, and we almost had literally just camera mics. We didn't bother bringing our mics out because our mics would definitely stop working because they're not, eco-friendly or whatever you. I don't know if that's the right word, but okay. Other than that, our lights. We purchased lights on the spot, brand new lights, just so even if they do fail us, it's okay. It wasn't too expensive. It was we put a little bit of production cost into it. It wasn't too big of a deal. Got that out of the way, and yeah, other than that, there were no major problems. Huge thank you to all the actors, PAs, everyone that was on set, everyone that made this happen, everyone that watched it, everyone that shared it, everyone that liked, comments. I actually do want. I don't know. We don't get frequent comments, but I really like to hear feedback. I like to hear what you guys thought of the film. I'm a huge fan of constructive criticism, where you guys tell us what you thought, and not only you point out negatives, but you point out negatives in a way where it's not harsh, but it's like, this is what you can do to make your film better in the near future. This is how you can change it so it's more audience friendly, and your input really means a lot to us. We like to take your input, your feedback. We take that in. We really take it to heart. We try to make the changes, adjustments, and we're just growing. We're growing as filmmakers. That's what we do. Hopefully, in the near future, you can keep an eye out for Fourth Dimension and any other possible skits, films. This channel that you're watching the behind the scenes on is the Abdul Mukeed Khan channel. This is where you find vlogs, behind the scenes, some random skits sometimes, but Manhunt itself is on the main channel, Boynton Productions, and you can access both, subscribe to both, so you can stay updated. We post more frequently on Abdul Mukeed Khan because we only get together so many limited times for big big production short films, but I very frequently post vlogs, and I'll post behind the scenes, so you guys are updated, skits, entertainment, anything. And yeah, go ahead, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I hope you really enjoyed Manhunt. Guys, about to go shoot Manhunt.
Oh, you called it Manhunt?
Yeah. This movie, this scene doesn't even have a real schedule. We just decided, let's just go and do it because lack of time.
Yo, look at my gear, bro.
Of actors.
A laundry bag in the cut.
It's literally 1:10. It's 1:10 in the morning, and we've decided to go and just shoot it. So we're here. Brilliant idea of putting Issa up here with the light.
Lit like this light.
And we're gonna go ahead and get this shot right quick.
And rolling. And 1 second. Action. 1 second. Action. Cut. And action. Cut. Perfection. Perfection. All right. That was a wrap for this location. I have to say, without planning, we did a fantastic job. I have to give it to the PA, the actors, and myself as well. Love the location that my brother chose. It was amazing. For the scene that we did, it was perfect. I couldn't have chosen something better myself.
Only one piece of input. Now that we're done with this, we get to go do the foot in the water scene.
Yes, I've been trying to do that ever since I moved to South Carolina. We're finally gonna do it.
We just got to location number 2. We got to location number 2. It's 2:10, and
oh shit! Hooked us.
Yeah.
Oh dang, the wild.
All right, start
here is the puddle, the magical puddle. See how insignificant that puddle really is? But the movie's gonna make it look a whole lot better, hopefully. Just run and gun. got a shot. 3 shots, didn't even watch it because we didn't have the time. It started raining. I'm just walking it home. The hardest part, I'd say personally for myself, the hardest part was bringing together a team that was capable of understanding the circumstances, and definitely a team that could, what we did, a team that was gonna cooperate. And you know, we were all actors, we were all PAs, we were all action directors. We were doing everything on set. You know, it was all us. About family production. We didn't really have any extra people running around helping us out. It was all us. So I think that was definitely the most important part, was, you know, getting a team together, and then second was making sure that our action was believable. It was, you know, not conceived as fake. It was, when the audience saw it, they felt like, you know, there was so much realism to it. And yeah, I think we worked really hard on trying to make it real. We went over the action sequence quite a few times. We, you know, changed things here and there just so it looked more fluid. It looked, you know, natural. Yeah, I think that was, those two aspects were definitely two of the hardest, two of the most difficult for me anyway. And yeah, also the equipment getting wet was a whole, you know, it was very pivotal for us to, you know, secure our actors and our equipment.
Right here, let's get a quick shot. Ready? Action.
Boom! And then you duck. And then boom.
Oh shit, his hair gets messed up too. It looks pretty dope.
And then,
All right, wait, ready? Go.
Not 1 minute. 1 minute.
yo, no, that's
Action. Hey, you know, to everyone for, you know, putting in that work, that effort. I know it was super nasty, so this will be on me for any whatever you guys want, you know. That's where we're probably gonna
from us directors, us captains, us leaders.
Not this guy. I don't know who the hell he is. All right, yo. So whatever you guys want, it's on me, all right?
Shouldn't have done that.
Oh my god.
You should not
so
have
you guys
done
don't
that.
have to worry about it.
Censor
Alright,
that
I ruined it.
right now.